your girl Carolyn, and I am back with another video.
Let me get this clear, cause I had no idea. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. Let's get naughty. Yeah, I need all.
So today's video is a how to get over or stop thinking about your ex video. Somebody put it in my little Instagram thingy because I did do a video suggestions tab today. And if you missed out, it's fine. I will be posting plenty more. So the first step with how to get over so stop thinking about your ex is think to yourself. Ask yourself first, am I ready to get over them? If you're not in a position, or if you're really not ready, or if you really don't think that you're really about to try to get over this person for real, then sis, click out this video because this video is not for you. Step number 2, always mourn over the relationship. If you have a friend, you know, that you can go talk to, talk about your feelings to that friend, and make sure when you're mourning that you cry. I don't know about y'all, but crying helps me feel better. Like, I feel like if you're a person that holds all your feelings in and you just are so, you know, clustered with emotions, you're not gonna know how to cope or get yourself out of certain situations. And that can really be a hard thing to do, especially when you're growing up as a woman. You're gonna deal with more heartbreak and traumatizing events growing up and getting older, so you're gonna want to learn how to cope earlier, you know, with breakups, with losing a job or anything like that. And I feel like crying is one of the best ways to get it done. Like, I don't know what it is, but after I cry, I feel so much better. Like, one of the last cries I've had was really actually recently. You know, I had one of those cries where my eyes were getting puffy and my eyes was red. And after that cry, I felt so much better. Like, I promise y'all, crying will really get y'all through anything. And it doesn't matter if you cry for an hour, cry for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It does not matter. I believe that crying actually helps you get through that mental state. Like, I feel like if you were one of those people that hold everything in, that you're never going to be able to just let all of your feelings out in a good, reliable way. You know, social media, that's a big thing. People feel like when they're upset or when they're sad, they have to go straight to social media and post all these posts, and people slide up like, what's wrong, are you okay? No, actually, that's one of the worst things to do when trying to get over your ex or get out of a breakup or any situation that you're in that's causing you to have all these emotions. Don't go talk to a friend that, you know, you go talk to him for a week and you're still sad. 2 weeks, you're still sad. And then the 3rd week, your friend is like, girl, just stop thinking about him. Just stop talking about him. Don't go talk to that friend. If anything, you're gonna want to talk about that person. The one thing that you need to do is talk out your feelings. Like, I have a friend and I love her so much. Shout out to Ayana. When I was going through my breakup, I went straight to her because we just, you know, have that bond to where, okay, I feel like I can just go talk to her anytime I want. She could tell me it's gonna be okay, you know, give me good advice, and I do the same for her if she's in a situation like me. If you don't have a friend like that, because I know it's a lot of girls that don't have friends like that, DM me, sis. DM me, text me on Twitter, comment, do anything to get in contact with me if you really feel like, dang, I really don't have anybody to talk to about this and I just want to get some things off my chest. I'm your girl, like 100%. And another thing you want to do, and I literally suck at this, probably because I don't really have friends as much, but something you want to do is get out the house. When you're going through a breakup, you do not want to sit in the house. Sitting in the house is one of the most dumbest things you could do when, you know, getting out of a breakup or getting out of a sad situation, because when you sit in the house, you're going to tend to just lay down. You're going to tend to just be depressed and you're just not gonna feel right. You know, when you sit in the house, when you lay in your bed, like laying in your bed all day is a lazy, you know, activity. And when you're depressed or when you're sad, that's something that you tend to do, is lay in your bed and sleep all day. You can't do that. I mean, it's okay to do the first 2-3 days after the breakup, but after that, sis, you need to get up, snap out of it, go outside, get your hair done, get your nails done, put some makeup on, even if you're not going out the house, but just do something to yourself. Make yourself look presentable. When you look presentable, you feel presentable, and you feel so much better. That's why after I get out of a breakup, I tend to be like, girl, we can't sit in this house. I either go out with my cousins or do something with my mom or with family. I go get my hair done, I get my nails done, I do my lashes. And one thing that keeps me sane when out of that breakup stage is doing YouTube videos. If you don't have a hobby or anything that you really like doing, you need to find one, because in situations like this, you don't want to be just sitting in the house doing nothing all the time. Like if you do nails, like me, I'm an upcoming nail tech, still practicing, still working, trying to build, you know, my business. So I do that. Shoot, I do YouTube, I go to school. There's a lot more things that I want to do, but at this time I need to focus on the things that I'm already doing, because I don't want to cluster myself with too much. So if you don't have a hobby, the most important thing you want to do is find a hobby and stick to that hobby. Like sometimes, I'm not even gonna hold y'all, sometimes watching TV, watching your favorite movie or your favorite, you know, TV series or anything like that can help you get through a breakup. And you probably like, watching TV? Like, isn't that just gonna make me think more? No, it's actually gonna get your mind off of a lot of stuff, and you really wouldn't be surprised until you do it. Until you do step by step and do it, you're not gonna see the results or the effects that it has until you actually do it. Another tip for stop thinking about your ex or how to get over a breakup: lurk on their page. Like, I know it sounds dumb. I know it sounds so dumb, because it's like, why would you lurk on their page? It might be something on there that hurts your feelings, or it might be something that you see that you don't like. Girl, I don't know about y'all, but when I got out of my breakup, I was lurking, honey. It was like I was trying to find something to hurt my feelings. And you know what? When you see that that's something that hurts your feelings, it's just like, okay. Like, it's not even a sad okay. It's just like a, okay, cool. And then it gives you that mindset like, why am I still thinking about this person and they're not giving two shits about me? Excuse my French, but why am I still, you know, trying to rekindle old things and reunite with this person in my head, when the whole time they're out here doing something that doesn't even pertain to me? So I shouldn't even be worried about this person. Like, I will lurk to the fullest, boo. I don't care about none of that. I will look on your page every day till I see you post another girl with a heart, with hearts, heart eyes, a ring emoji, and I'm just like, oh, so you found love. You found love. But it's okay, because that is really what's gonna pull you out of that state that you're in, when you're thinking about your ex too much and they're just heavy on your mind, and it's like you can't call them, you can't text them, because you really want to be done. And sometimes you have to go the extra mile to encourage yourself to be done. So I feel like lurking on their page is the good part of the healing process. A lot of y'all might have been like, okay, I lurked on their page before and it kind of just made me a little more down, a little more depressed than I wanted to be. And that's fine. If lurking is not for you, then don't do it. It's just a tip that I've done that helped me that I'm giving to y'all. Y'all see what I'm trying to say? Okay, good. Another step that you could do to get over or stop thinking about your ex: be social. I'm not saying hop into another relationship or start talking to this dude or that dude or this girl or that girl to get over your ex, but be social. Like, don't be one of those people after a breakup or a serious heartbreak to where you just block your whole self off. That's one thing you don't want to do, because that can damage you super bad, and you don't want that to happen at all. So one thing you don't want to do is block yourself off from people or pull yourself away because, oh, you're scared that, you know, the next person that you date or the next person that you talk to is going to potentially break your heart or hurt you. Or you don't want to have a friend because you feel like that friend is going to betray you or hurt you as well. That's not good. You know, I understand the whole, you don't have to give anybody your full, you know, trust or anything, but don't block people off. That's one thing that's going to hurt you in the long run. Then when you look back, you're going to be like, dang, I should have talked to this person. Dang, I should have, you know, went out with her, you know, had a good time. Or dang, like, you don't want to look back and then regret everything that you've done just because one person hurt you. That's one thing you don't want to do. My bad, y'all, the camera died, but I'm back. So back to what I was saying. And one other tip that is very much important and y'all need to understand: do not try to force yourself in a new relationship too quickly, because that'll lead you to start thinking about your ex even more. And sometimes you probably like, but if I go talk to him or I go talk to her, maybe they'll get my mind off my ex. No, honey, because it's something that new boo or that person that you're talking to doesn't do as well as your ex, and it's gonna make you think like, dang, like, why doesn't he compliment me like my ex, or why doesn't she compliment me like my ex? And you're just gonna keep, you know, getting old toxic memories about your ex because you keep, you know, talking to this person, that person, trying to replace your ex too fast. First thing you want to do, get rid of them mentally. You know, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard, and it wasn't easy for me. It's still not, you know, I'm still going through the process. You know, I'm not done. I wish I could say that I was, but I'm not. But you know, it's a process, and you have to figure out your healing process before you just go on and be like, okay, I'm ready, new relationship me, hey. No, you can't be doing that too quick, because you might feel ready, but you're really not. Like, you could be, you know, physically ready, you might look bomb, you know, but mentally you're still thinking about your ex. You know, you still want to be with them, you still want to cuddle with them, take pictures, spend helly time with them, but it's just not that anymore. Also have to think to yourself, not to get your hopes up, but just think like, just because me and this person broke up right now doesn't mean that it can't work for you and that person in the future. Sometimes you have to think like that so you don't be overly depressed or overly sad. And it's okay to think like that, because I've thought like that a couple of times. But you know what? I've grown to realize you live and you learn, okay? God puts things in front of you for a reason. And the most recent ex that I've had, I've learned a lot of things from them. And it might be the same for you. You might have learned a lot of things from your ex as well, so that you can take into your new relationship when you're ready. Because now that you know the do's and the don'ts of a relationship, when you get into that new relationship, it's gonna be the best relationship. You're gonna be happy, and it's gonna be, you know, you're gonna know how to work out situations and do this and do that at the right times, you know, because you already experienced something, even if the relationship wasn't toxic, but you've already, you know, experienced something toxic or something that wasn't good for you, you know. And it's fine, we all deal with it. And you know, it's always the people that we really like, and that we don't expect, you know, to pop up and leave, that end up leaving, you know. And that's okay. And you know what, this is another thing I want to address as well. Just because somebody leaves you does not always mean that you didn't look good enough, or you wasn't slaying enough, or you know, that you weren't thick enough, or you weren't skinny enough. That's not always, you know, the purpose of them leaving. Sometimes your spouse could be mentally drained. There could be something in the back of their mind that led them to being like, you know what, I love this girl, I love this boy, but I can't sit here and do this relationship anymore. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay too. I believe it is, because don't put yourself in a situation with someone that you don't want to be in. You know, that's like horrible. Like, who wants to be with somebody that they genuinely deep down don't want to be with? Like, I promise, even friend-wise it happens. Like, you really love someone genuinely, but you can't be their friend just because of the simple things that you know, the things that you've seen. And you know what? Just because you love someone doesn't always necessarily mean you have to be with them. Because one spouse might be happy, the other spouse, I'm sorry, excuse my language. I feel like I messed it up. But the other spouse might be, you know, like, I don't know, I'm really not feeling it, you know. You never know what your spouse is thinking. That's why my mom always told me, make sure that when you get someone that you're not overly happy, because every time you're overly happy, things tend to go wrong, you know. I know you can't control how happy you get with someone, but go slow, y'all. Take it one step at a time. And who knows, like, maybe it isn't the end for you and your ex. Maybe they just need time to think. Maybe they just need, you know, that alone time. You know, when you've been with someone a year, 2 years, 3 years, you never really have any alone time to just do you. And I understand that sometimes people want to just do them. And that's what we all fail to realize after a breakup. Like, we always think of the worst. You need to think of the best after a breakup, because if you keep thinking of the worst, it's just gonna knock you down and you're gonna be way more hurt than what you're trying to be. And another tip for getting over your ex or getting them off your mind, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. Give me 1 second. Okay, so back to what I was saying. One other tip of getting your ex off your mind or getting over them, don't post subliminal things. Like, I know, ladies, there are 1,001 posts. I swear I know I'm not the only one. You getting a breakup, and every post on Instagram or on Twitter, on Facebook relates to what you're going through right now. So you feel like you don't have a choice but to repost. That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to post anything sad or anything subliminal, or, oh, I hate my ex, because I did all that and it did me no good. It just made me more upset as I was going on. And you know what? I thank God, bro. Like, honestly, I know this video is not about me, but I thank God for that last relationship that I had. I really do. And I'm so glad I got to cherish it in the moment. And you need to be glad that you got to cherish that relationship in the moment, because whatever, you know, demons were overflowing you guys' relationships, or whatever issues you guys were having, you can now take those issues and learn from them. Just how, like, I'm learning from my mistakes that I've made in the relationship, because honestly, everything was not always them. Some things were me as well. Sometimes it was a 50-50 split. And you know, that's what we fail to realize. We always blame the other person instead of looking at ourselves in the mirror like, you messed up, you know. But as I'm growing, I'm realizing, like, some things you just have to own up to. You can't be always so, no, we broke up because of him, or we broke up because of her, because she just wasn't communicating with me, and and he just was doing this and doing that. Okay, and what were you doing? Because you're not perfect either. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. So that's one thing you always got to remember too. And another thing is that a lot of people don't realize, As soon as you get over your ex, they come back. They come back. When you're the happiest by yourself, when you're the happiest on your own, or if you're already in a new relationship, it's been months later since the breakup and they come back, don't fall for the trap, okay? Don't fall for the trap. It's a trap. You know, sometimes your ex will come back and 9 times out of 10, he or she will have a new boo. And what you don't want to do is get reeled in by your ex and they're talking all this good stuff in your ear. It all sounds good, but they got a boo. And what you don't want to do is end up in a love triangle, sis, because I don't like sharing my boo. Do you like sharing your boo? Because I don't like sharing my boo. And who wants to be in a love triangle? Not me, and most definitely not you. Because then you're going to have all types of emotions. Because it's like, dang, okay, I took him back and I know he has a girlfriend and all that. And you don't want to be in that situation because you don't want to make her feel how you felt. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of girls out here that they have a first love or a long-time relationship partner. And when that partner is in a new relationship, or they tend to, you know, talk to other people, and their ex comes back and reels them in, and it's like, okay, now you're a part of that list, you're a part of that category. And he's always, or she's always gonna feel like they could just come back whenever they want because you're open arms. Can't be that way, sis. If you're gonna be done, be done. You know, and it's gonna be hard to be done. Like I said, I'm still going through it, you know, but I come on YouTube, you wouldn't know because I come on YouTube, and when I'm on Instagram, I don't post anything but positive things, positive energy. You know, when I come on here, I'm like, hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Carolina, and I'm back with another video, and I put this smile on my face. And when I do these videos, my mind totally off my ex or whatever situations that I'm going through, you know, and I'm learning. That's the biggest thing about a breakup, is that you learn. You know what to search for in a person now. You know what to do, what not to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I think those are the most important things, like, ever. And there's one more thing I want to say before I end this video. My mom always used to tell me, just because something ends doesn't mean it's always permanent. If it was meant, it'll come back. It was meant to be yours. If it doesn't come back, then it wasn't meant, and it wasn't meant to be yours. And that's what a lot of us fail to realize. You can be with someone 3, 4, 5 years, and then it ends, and you're like, wow, wow, I really have to get over this person. Like, we're not together anymore. It's gonna feel so weird. It's gonna feel weird, especially if you were with that person every day. That was the person you wake up, text first. You wake up, you talk to first. The only person you call or text. Like me and my ex, that was the only person I would talk to every day, all day. Text every day, all day. Because I didn't have friends, okay? I depended on this one other thing you cannot do, ladies. You cannot depend on your boo or your lover to be your friend all the time, or your shoulder to lean on all the time, because one day you might look up and they're not even there, you know. So you have to put a fine line between a friend and a lover. Not saying you guys can't be both, but always make sure that you keep a friend or two, you know, so if things go bad, you don't feel all by yourself or all alone. Because there's times where I feel like I'm all by myself or all alone, but now I got friends that I can talk to, you know. They get my mind off things, and that's good. That's always good. And there was one more thing I was gonna say. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. This is the last thing, I promise, for real. Relationships can get serious. Breakups can get serious. Sometimes if you don't take good care of yourself mentally during a breakup, you can lead to, you know, suicidal thoughts, self-harm. I'm telling you right now, okay, if you're not in the right mental state, and this is me and you here, if you're not in the right mental state after a breakup, tell me. Or if you have anybody else you can talk to, tell them. You know, you want to dig yourself. out that hole. I'm sorry, I burped. You want to be able to dig yourself out that hole. And I feel like once you can dig yourself out of the hole of being hurt after a breakup or a toxic relationship or a bad relationship, I feel like if you can do that, you can dig yourself out of anything. And I strongly do support women who've been through a bad breakup or hard breakups, because now that I actually experienced it, this is my first ever breakup that, you know, really, you know, hit hard to the heart. I really thank y'all, women that have dealt with this before me and ahead of time, like my mom and all that stuff. I actually know what it feels like, and I know how it feels having to dig yourself up out of that, you know. And it's not easy acting like you're okay all the time, because, you know, I don't act okay all the time. It's just things that y'all don't see off camera that I will never show, because I used to show them all the time. Like last year, maybe, if I was going through all that stuff, I would show it. I'd be on social media like, dang, I'm sad, I'm crying, I'm hurt, I'm this. But you know what? It just made me feel worse. So I learned how to block off that part of me from social media and just keep it to myself and dig myself about that hole that I was in. And I feel like if you are one of those people that are trying to dig yourself out this hole, then this video is the perfect video for you. But if there's anything in this video that you don't understand, or this video really wasn't a help, but you feel like I can help you or anybody else could help you get out of a situation like this, please do not hesitate to ask. And please do not hesitate to, you know, leave comments and ask questions and, you know, anything, because I'm super nice. I love y'all. I hope y'all love me back. You know, even though 2020 started off rough, I feel like this is going to be a good year for everyone. I feel like everybody's going to thrive. That ex that y'all was just thinking about a couple months from now, y'all are gonna stop thinking about them. Y'all are gonna be at peace. And one thing y'all have to do is pray, y'all. Pray yourself out of that dark hole, you know? Because once you start praying in a certain situation, God will dig you out the rest. I believe so. So just put your faith in God, because can't nobody heal you like God can heal you. And that's on period. But that is the end of my girl talk video, and I hope, really hope this helps somebody today. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all my social medias that are in the description box below. It's Cuddling, and I'm out. Bye.